Russian UFO. We have 8 of them in this book from the early 90s. This is a real book that was published in Russia or the Soviet Union in 1991. It's called The Book of Secrets, UFOs, and it talks about all kinds of different UFOs that have been spotted in our skies. Now, some of these crafts are very familiar to us, but others are actually pretty unique and have never been talked about before. So let's take a look at this book together and see what we can find inside. We'll start with number 1, which is basically just a disc flying through the air. Pretty self-explanatory. But then number 2 is quite interesting because it looks like a pyramid. And not just any pyramid, but one that's perfectly smooth. There's no hieroglyphics or stairs or anything like that, just a smooth pyramid floating through the sky. Now, I couldn't find much information on this particular type of UFO, so I don't know how common it is or if it's something more rare. But to me, it's definitely one of the more intriguing ones. Then we have number 3, which is a classic flying saucer. You can't talk about UFOs without mentioning the classic flying saucer. We've seen these things in movies, TV shows, and books for decades now. They're usually depicted as being round and flat like a frisbee and capable of flying at high speeds and making sharp turns. These flying saucers are often piloted by aliens who are either friendly or hostile towards humans. And they're said to have made many appearances around the world, although these sightings are often disputed or ridiculed by skeptics. Despite the controversy, the image of the flying saucer remains one of the most iconic representations of extraterrestrial life in popular culture. No. 4 is an egg shape. Now, this one is pretty similar to the flying saucer in terms of popularity. I mean, how many times have you seen an oval-shaped object zooming through the sky in your favorite sci-fi movie? It's a classic trope at this point. The egg-shaped UFOs are often portrayed as being highly advanced and capable of carrying large numbers of aliens or cargo. They're also sometimes shown as being able to travel through time as well as space. But I think what makes the egg shape so fascinating is its potential for both exploration and colonization. On the one hand, the egg shape could represent the potential for new life and growth. Think about it. If aliens were to travel to Earth and lay eggs here, would we be able to understand what they're trying to communicate? Would we be able to study their eggs and learn more about their biology and technology? On the other hand, the egg shape could also symbolize the threat posed by extraterrestrial life. If invasive species are already having trouble finding a foothold in our ecosystem, what would happen if an entire alien race showed up with its own eggs in tow? No. 5 is a sphere, which is another classic UFO shape. Spheres are seen as being highly advanced and intelligent, often capable of manipulating gravity and other forces of nature. They're often depicted as being piloted by a single powerful being who uses the sphere for purposes that may not always align with human interests. In some stories, spheres are portrayed as peaceful and benevolent, bringing knowledge and enlightenment to those who encounter them. In others, they're shown as dangerous and destructive, capable of great harm if crossed. One of the most compelling aspects of the sphere is its potential to challenge our understanding of the universe. If such objects exist, they would suggest that there are forces at play beyond our current knowledge and that the universe itself is far more complex and mysterious than we imagine. Whether benevolent or malevolent, the sphere serves as a potent symbol of the unknown, reminding us that there are things beyond our comprehension lurking in the depths of space. Number 6 is pretty creepy looking. It almost looks like something out of Lovecraft's nightmares. To me, it reminds me of the angler fish, which is a type of fish that lives deep in the ocean where it uses a glowing lure to attract prey. Maybe this creature is using its light to lure in unsuspecting victims, or maybe it's just trying to find its way home after getting lost in the vastness of space. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Number 7 is a cigar shape. And to be honest, this one isn't really that interesting. It's pretty similar to the classic flying saucer in terms of appearance and capabilities. But number 8 is where things get really weird, because it looks like a humanoid robot. Now, this is really interesting to me because it suggests that there may be more than one type of intelligent life out there. It could be that these robots are sent by a more advanced alien race to explore and gather information about the universe. Or maybe they're just advanced machines that were created by a highly technological society that has since been destroyed. Whatever the case may be, the fact that there are machines like this out there suggests that we are not alone in the universe and that there are things beyond our current understanding. It also raises questions about the nature of intelligence and consciousness. Are we alone in having developed self-aware machines? And if not, what other forms might intelligence take in the universe? So what do you think about these Russian UFOs? Are they just a product of the imagination, or are they based on actual sightings? Let me know in the comments below. And while you're at it, hit that subscribe button for more videos like this one. I'm the host. Thanks for watching. And as always, stay curious. Now let's take a closer look at each one of these UFOs and see what makes them so fascinating. First, we have the disc-shaped UFO. This one is pretty straightforward. It's just a simple disc that flies through the air. But what's interesting is that it's often depicted as being incredibly fast and maneuverable. Some people believe that this shape is actually a drone or some kind of unmanned aerial vehicle. After all, modern drones are becoming increasingly sophisticated and some of them can already fly autonomously. Maybe this is just a really advanced drone that we don't know about yet. Next, we have the pyramid-shaped UFO. This one is a bit more unusual, but it's still pretty cool. Pyramids are often associated with ancient civilizations like the Egyptians, but what would a pyramid-shaped UFO look like? Well, according to this book, it would look like a perfect, smooth-sided pyramid floating through the air. This one is definitely more interesting than the simple disc, but we don't know much about it. Maybe it's something that's being kept top secret by the government. The third one is the flying ring. This one looks like a ring or a frisbee that's floating through the air. It's often depicted as being piloted by a single being who's able to control it with their mind. This one is definitely more mystical than the others, but it's still pretty cool. I'm not sure if I'd want to be the one piloting this thing, though. What if I lost control of it and it flew into a building or something? Then we have the egg shape. This one looks like an egg or an oval, and it's often depicted as being highly advanced and intelligent. This one is definitely more menacing than the others, and it's often shown as being able to travel through time as well as space. I'm not sure if I'd want to mess with this one either. The sphere is next, and this one looks like a ball or a globe. It's often depicted as being highly advanced and capable of manipulating gravity and other forces of nature. This one is definitely more mysterious than the others, and it often doesn't have any pilots or crew. Maybe it's controlled remotely by some kind of artificial intelligence. Then we have the humanoid robot. This one looks like a person or a robot, and it's often depicted as being highly intelligent and capable of speech. This one is definitely more intriguing than the others because it suggests that there may be more than one type of intelligent life out there. Maybe these robots are sent by a more advanced alien race to explore and gather information about the universe. Then we have the cigar shape, which looks like a cylinder, and it's often depicted as being long and thin and able to travel at high speeds. This one is definitely more futuristic than the others, and it's often shown as being able to carry large numbers of aliens or cargo. And finally, we have the unknown shape. This one doesn't have a name and it doesn't have any details, but it looks pretty cool. It's often depicted as being highly advanced and intelligent, and it's often shown as being able to do things that the other UFOs can't. This one is definitely more enigmatic than the others, and it suggests that there's still a lot that we don't know about UFOs. So what do you think about these Russian UFOs? Are they just a product of the imagination, or are they based on actual sightings? Let me know in the comments below, and while you're at it, hit that subscribe button for more videos like this one. I'm the host. Thanks for watching, and as always, stay curious.